Today is July 31st and my subscription has arrived. Let's take a look. Your monthly subscription is here. Yay! You acquire an item, interesting coin inheritance letter. Interesting coin inheritance letter. Like, an interesting inheritance letter would make sense. I think every inheritance letter is probably interesting, but what's the coin doing there? Or is there an interesting coin that the inheritance letter talks about? A letter from a law firm in a country you've never heard of. There's something heavy in there with it. Interesting coin, type usable, cannot be discarded, free pull from Hanks. Okay, so there's an interesting coin in the inheritance letter. My last guess was the right one. But how interesting can a coin be? Let's use it. You open the letter and learn two things. One is that you had a weird uncle you never knew about, and the other is that he bequeathed you a single coin after being killed in a freak garbage disposal accident. You acquire an item, interesting coin. Wow, looks like it earned some interest while it was in the mail. You acquire 3 interesting coins. I don't think that's how it works. I mean, it'd be cool if that's how it worked. You just left your money alone in the couch and then you went and checked on it again. Oh, look! I've got more money. That's amazing. Like, no. A new type of money, a state-of-the-art currency that works for you without you even having to invest it. No risk, all reward. Type combat item, cannot be traded or discarded. Quest item. Combat item, eh? If it's a quest item, that means it disappears when I ascend. Now I'm a little concerned. It's like the automaton, which for some people just disappeared. Never to return. Until they filed a bug report, I suppose. Let's check out the shop, I guess. It's a lot of stuff. The company that issued this must have been seriously underwater. Liquid asset. Type spleen item, toxicity 1, selling price 2, meat. Use the exercise liquidity skill once. Do I want the exercise liquidity skill? Intangible asset. All financial instruments are just a lie agreed upon, but this one is especially made up. Type spleen item, toxicity 1, selling price 2, meat. Invest the next batch of meat you get from a monster into stats. Toxic asset. This stock certificate was written with a poison pen. Type spleen item, toxicity 1, selling price 2, meat. Force the next foe you encounter to drop all their stuff. Always love a yellow ray. Invisible hand. You can't see it, but you can definitely tell if you're getting punched by it. Type potion, selling price 5, meat. Effect invisible hand, 30 adventures, muscle plus 25, muscle plus 250%. Circle of overdraft protection scroll. These incantations are older than the concept of money, so they can't be harmed by it. Type potion, selling price 5, meat. Effect overdraft protected, 30 adventures, mysticality plus 250%. Regenerate 10 to 15 mana points per adventure. Mint. A leaf this nice probably costs a pretty penny. Type potion, selling price 5, meat. Effect freshly minted, 30 adventures, plus 50% combat initiative, moxie plus 250%. Solvent. There's no problem that can't be solved with sufficient liquidity, such as the liquidity of the fluid in this bottle. Type usable, selling price 11, meat. Removes all negative effects. Why is it so expensive? I feel like there's other ways to remove all negative effects that don't cost 3/4 of my daily limited Mr. Store resource. That one's a little confusing. Roth IPA. Unlike a normal beer, this one doesn't give you a hangover while you're drinking it. You get hungover later, like maybe the next morning, which is when you were planning on retiring. Type booze, awesome quality, potency 1, selling price 5, meat. Savings Bondo. This is the only brand of adhesive that's certified by the World Bank. Type usable, selling price 55, meat. Soybean futures. The best time to buy a handful of soybeans was 20 years ago. The second best time to buy them is 20 years from now on the futures market. Type food, good quality, size 2, selling price 8, meat. Effect future soybeans plus 25% meat from monsters. Good quality and 25% meat from monsters don't seem to justify the 7 coin price. Unless there's other ways to get these coins. Because it looks like I only got 4. Homeowner's Loam. This is valuable stuff. Be careful that it doesn't get stolen by a shark. Type usable, selling price 4, meat. Develop a day's worth of campground garden growth. Ooh. Now that one's pretty nice. That one could be really useful. This one definitely has speedrun applicability. If we have any gardens in standard, I'm actually trying to remember, is our only garden rock garden? Or is that one out of standard? Housing bubble. The one thing about real estate is that they're not making any more of it. That's why it's important to protect it once you've got it. Type potion, selling price 11, meat. Effect bubbled house, 50 adventures. Restore double hit points and mana points from resting. Balance sheet. Some kids like their bedding to have unicorns or spaceships on it, but you were always a boring, greedy little monster. Type usable, selling price 11 meat. 23 coins. Wow, that better be amazing, whatever that thing does. Underdraft protection. These will protect you from any chilling economic news that might come at you from underneath your bottom line. Type pants, power 50, cannot be traded or discarded, quest item, serious cold resistance, plus 20 sleaze damage. That works really nicely with the Member brand mouthwash, which is going out of standard next year. So I guess that gives us a few months. 401k gold ring. This ring is made out of a magical kind of gold that can have more carats in it. However, many of the most carats mundane gold can have is. Maybe one of its enchantments will help you parse that terrible sentence. Type accessory cannot be traded or discarded, quest item. Damage reduction 401, first hit only. Regenerate between 4 and 11 hit points and mana points per adventure. Hedge fund clippers. These don't work on actual hedges. They're only useful for snipping unfavorable clauses from financial contracts. Type weapon, two-handed sword, damage 5 to 10, cannot be traded or discarded, quest item, plus 111% meat from monsters, weapon damage plus 50%. The plus meat from monsters is nice, but then they made it two-handed. Financial instrument. All songs are about either love or money. This trumpet only plays the second kind. Type ranged weapon, two-handed horn, damage between 5 and 10, cannot be traded or discarded, quest item, plus 111% meat from monsters, range damage plus 50%. Selling shorts. These shorts are tight enough that you can shop with confidence without worrying that any bits of you are going to fall out of them. Type pants, power 10, cannot be traded or discarded, quest item, plus 10 sleaze damage, get 5% more meat when you sell stuff. That's kind of cool. Does that only work for auto selling or does it work in shops too, like in the mall? Bear tattoo. Some people don't get tattoos because they can't bear the pain. Some people don't get tattoos because their tattoo artist can't paint the bear. Type usable, cannot be discarded. Gross profit chrysalis. 10 million coins. A little glob of organic potential wriggling and dripping in equally unsettling ways. Hatches into gross profit type familiar, cannot be discarded. Gross profit predicts the future, which will turn out disgusting inevitably. Stupendous sleaze resistance, stupendous stench resistance, deals stench and sleaze damage to your opponent. This familiar looks interesting, but I don't think it will be necessary to have this familiar. I'm trying to think of it where I would use it, but it all seems pretty niche. Bull tattoo. Sometimes you need to grab your skin by the horns and make an indelible mark on it. Type usable, cannot be discarded. 16 million coins, which once again are quest items. It will disappear when I ascend. So does that mean I'd have to stay in Aftercore? For how long exactly to get 16 million coins? Depends on how many coins I get each day. Yeah, I don't know about this. Well, it says it's a combat item, so here goes. Heads you win. Your foe wanders off, leaving you victorious. I didn't pay attention if that used an adventure or not. I don't think so. Wait, I still have 4 interesting coins? So I can do that again. I'm going to pay attention this time. I have 311 adventures. Aw, looks like nobody is interested in flipping coins with you anymore today. Interesting. So the first time I use it each day, I can win a fight, possibly without using an adventure, and without losing the coin. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm really curious about this savings bondo. I'm really curious about this exercise liquidity skill too. But no spleen. Can't try it. Yeah, so Pokegrow fertilizer does the same thing, but only for people who own the tallgrass garden. So the Loam is a general purpose version, which seems way, way better. Yeah, I'm just kind of bummed about the high price of some of these when the coins are quest items. Because what's the point? Like how long would I have to sit in Aftercore to get 16 million coins? I hope I'm missing something about how the coins work. Like, do I get to keep my savings when I ascend? Because not only do the selling shorts cost 111 coins, which seems like it's going to take quite a while to get to, they're quest items. So even if I manage to get them, the second I ascend, they disappear too. So I just don't know about this one. But I can afford the savings bondo, so let's try that out and see what happens. Well, let's use it. Oh, what? You twist the cap off of the glue and it immediately bursts and splatters all over your fingers. You acquire 5 meat paste. You acquire an effect, saving some bondo, duration 20 adventures. Lets you craft things more quickly. That's disappointing. I have lots of passive skills to let me craft things more quickly. And I have all of the Leprechondo crafting plans that let me craft things more quickly. So I just spent all of my coins to get an effect that I could have gotten several other ways. Okay, yeah, disappointing. The effect is not wishable. Oh, first impressions. Very underwhelmed. So far as I can tell, it gives me a combat item that I can use once a day to win if I remember, which I won't, and coins that I'm going to forget to spend, just like I forget to pick my batteries before I ascend or any of a number of other things that disappear. And a few of the items looked interesting, but once again, the amount of time needed to save up and buy them. So for 111 coins, if I get 4 per day, that's roughly a month. I would need to save roughly a month in Aftercore to get enough coins to buy a pair of shorts that would help me get 5% more from selling things, and it's unclear if that would be in the mall or just auto-selling. And then the second I ascend, those shorts disappear. Yeah, I really don't know about this one. And like, how do the interesting coins replenish? Do they replenish? Because right now I have no coins, and I don't know how to get more. I guess I'm assuming I get some every day, but maybe that's not true. Maybe I just spent all my coins and that's the end of the story. Yeah, I really don't know about this one. It looked like all of the things that I could afford on my first day were not terribly useful, except perhaps growing an additional day of garden growth. But that depends a lot on if you even own a garden and which garden. Yeah, the first impressions on this one are not good. It started out being interesting, and now it's kind of disappointing. But I will hope that I am missing something, and this is super cool in some way that I haven't yet seen. Thank you very much for watching.